Tiger Woods, the legend who once ruled golf like a god, just took a fall no swing could save. Whispers of injury, legacy, and something darker are echoing across the fairways. But behind all the headlines and pain lies a deeper truth, and it's shaking fans to the core.
We are live from the Players with some breaking news on this Tuesday afternoon. In case you missed it just moments ago, Tiger Woods announcing on socials that he suffered a significant setback in his attempt to return to competitive golf, saying that he's ruptured his left Achilles tendon and has undergone surgery to repair it.
Tiger Woods, the man who turned golf into a battlefield, has stumbled once again. The 15-time major champ, the living myth who once won the U.S. Open with a broken leg, now faces the one opponent he can't overpower: his own body. As 2025 rolls on, Woods is sidelined by a brutal Achilles rupture, a cruel twist in a story already drenched in pain. For decades, he's clawed his way back from surgeries, scandal, and that unforgettable 2021 car crash. But this time, it feels different, almost poetic, like a scene straight out of a tragic sports movie. The king of endurance brought down by the same body that built his empire. It's heartbreaking and surreal. The Achilles tear didn't strike in a blaze of victory, but in the quiet grind. Sources close to Woods say it happened during a simple ramp-up session, something he's done a million times before, until snap. The sound of fate catching up with golf's greatest warrior. 1 second he's mid-swing, the next, total silence. The comeback fans were praying for vanished in a heartbeat. Commentators called it inevitable, but nobody was ready to face it.
Well, it's a huge setback. He probably loses this year. I mean, there's certainly been examples of people coming back sooner from Achilles tendons, but, you know, at his age and with all the things that he has to do to train and make that so difficult, I don't see a real...
Tiger's body has been through wars, one analyst said. Wars against time, titanium, and the myth of invincibility he built himself. At 49, the unstoppable force just collided with the cold, immovable truth. Domination comes with an expiration date. The man who once made Augusta tremble now struggles to walk 18 holes without pain. The Masters, the Tour, the Sunday roars, all gone, replaced by careful steps and Instagram rehab clips. His comeback stories, once heroic, now feel heartbreakingly tragic, a living legend swinging against mortality itself. But here's the wild twist: while Tiger's body breaks down, his legacy keeps multiplying. His 16-year-old son, Charlie Woods, has stepped into the spotlight, swinging with a precision that gives fans déjà vu. The once feared Tiger now watches from behind the ropes, coaching, nodding, sometimes scolding, transforming from unstoppable icon to wise mentor. It's heartbreaking yet beautiful, a man shifting his fire from trophies to teaching. On social media, Tiger posts about gratitude, healing, and fatherhood. But fans can't help reading between the lines. Is this the end, or just the calm before one last resurrection? Because if history has taught us anything, it's this: the Tiger never truly sleeps. Like and subscribe for the full meltdown, because this story isn't over, it's only evolving. His Achilles downfall came quietly in March 2025. No cameras, no cheers, no crowd. Just the sharp, gut-wrenching snap of a tendon under pressure. That sound wasn't just pain, it was history breaking in real time. The rupture of Tiger Woods' left Achilles wasn't merely an injury, it was a verdict. For decades, Tiger rewrote the rules of recovery, but this time, it's like the universe finally leaned down and whispered, enough. The Achilles, that timeless symbol of strength and weakness, had turned on its own legend. Doctors rushed him into surgery within hours. The surgery went fine, but the aftermath? Brutal. A boot, crutches, and a recovery timeline stretching deep into 2026. For most athletes, that's a retirement sentence before breakfast, but Tiger isn't most athletes. He's the man who turned pain into performance art, who made suffering look like strategy. Yet even his legendary will can't rewrite the laws of biology. Achilles ruptures at 49 don't just heal, they linger, they taunt, they turn every step into a reminder that time always wins. And the timing, cruel beyond belief. Just weeks earlier, Tiger had teased fans with training clips. That signature swing, that familiar fire in his eyes sparking whispers of a vintage Tiger comeback. Then came the silence. The Masters rolled by without him, and fans scrolled their feeds in pure disbelief. Analysts called it predictable yet devastating, a cruel full stop on a career that had beaten everything but time itself. Without Tiger, the PGA lost its heartbeat. The crowds were quieter, the rivalries duller, the spark gone. It felt like karaoke night after Elvis left the stage. But while one Woods fell, another began to rise. Charlie, just 16, calm but hungry, started stacking junior tournament wins like a prodigy on a mission. Every swing looked like a flashback to Tiger's prime. For Tiger, that became the new fire. No longer the hunter, now the strategist. Watching, guiding, tweaking Charlie's grip, offering the kind of advice only a once invincible man could give. He was spotted at the edge of fairways, booted but beaming like a proud general watching his young soldier conquer where he no longer could. By June, Tiger was walking again. No boot, just a faint smile at a Florida event. It wasn't victory, but it wasn't surrender either. Then the rumor mill lit up. Whispers of one last comeback in 2026. But maybe the truth cuts deeper. Tiger's no longer chasing trophies, he's chasing peace, the kind that comes when even a fallen titan finally learns to rest. But fate wasn't done testing him. Spinal betrayal struck again. Just when fans started to hope, October 2025 hit like a cruel cosmic joke. Tiger Woods, the man who once seemed untouchable, was back under the knife. His 7th back surgery, yes, 7th. And this time it wasn't just a tweak or a fusion. It was a full lumbar disc replacement. The news broke on social media. Brief and painfully polite. Long-term relief. Rehabilitation goals. Looking ahead. Words that sound hopeful, but bleed exhaustion between every line. Behind that calm post stood a man whose spine is now a roadmap of pain, screws, and surgical miracles. Just a month before the Masters, Tiger Woods had already suffered that brutal Achilles rupture, and now he's battling a collapsed disc. Constant numbness and agony no ice bath or swing tweak could ever fix. For anyone else, retirement would be mercy. But Tiger? He's never known mercy. Not toward rivals, not toward his body, not even toward himself. Yet even for him, this one feels final. The same back that once coiled with thunderous power is now held together by metal and scar tissue, a spine running out of miles. One analyst put it grimly, and for once, even the internet, usually quick to defend him, didn't argue. The indestructible machine has finally run out of parts to replace. The 2025 season, already wrecked by his Achilles rupture, became a total blackout. No tournaments, no tee-offs, not even a charity swing. His only competitions came early in the year. A few TGL virtual golf rounds played from the safety of a simulator. They weren't matches, they were memories on replay. Watching Tiger stare at a digital fairway felt like watching a lion pace inside a cage built from his own legend. And yet, as his body betrayed him again, Tiger's mind only grew sharper. If he couldn't be the warrior anymore, he'd become the general. Tiger turned full-time coach, chauffeur, hype man, and silent shadow, always there beside Charlie. At every junior event, he stood arms crossed, eyes locked on his son's swing like he was staring through a portal back to 1997. Watching time fold in on itself, one fan said after spotting them in Florida, the resemblance is unreal. Charlie's stance, his swing rhythm, even that pre-putt silence before the storm, it's Tiger reborn, but untouched by the scars. Yet the surgery left a haunting question hanging in the air: is this healing or refusal to surrender? Woods says he's focused on the future, teasing appearances in 2026, but insiders whisper about sleepless nights and nerve pain that won't fade. Every operation buys him time, but not much. The Tiger's body has run out of miracles. What's left now is legacy, defiance, and the echo of a roar that refuses to die. Golf without Tiger Woods feels like a movie with the sound off, flawless but soulless. The 2025 PGA Tour runs like clockwork, but something's missing, something electric. No Tiger in red on Sunday, no fire in the air, no chills as he locks in that killer stare before a putt. The polite claps still echo, but the roar's gone. For the first time in nearly 30 years, Woods hasn't teed up once, not a single start, not a single leaderboard mention. And suddenly golf feels smaller, quieter, almost too civilized.
You just, you play it out and see how far you can take it. And then if you have to make a wise decision later, fine. But I think his first instinct is to give it a try. And I think he gets a lot of fulfillment from playing golf still. I think he loves it probably more than anything else in his life as far as other than his family. And I don't think this is the end right now. I mean, he's going to assess things. We don't know how it's going to go. But this alone, just because of the accumulation, is not enough to say goodbye.
The fans are restless. The question echoing through every clubhouse: is this it? Is the Tiger finally gone? The silence feels heavier with every passing month. Experts aren't hopeful. He'll never return full-time, one medical insider stated, and honestly, it's hard to argue. 7 back surgeries, 5 knee procedures, and a ruptured Achilles that still throbs when he walks. Tiger's body has been through a lifetime of battles. What was once a machine built from pure muscle and precision now stands fragile. A legend held together by willpower and steel. A body now held together by bolts, willpower, and sheer denial. Even his most loyal supporters whisper about mobility issues. Some fear a wheelchair could be next. The sight of golf's once indestructible giant struggling just to walk makes the whole sport flinch. But here's the twist. While Tiger's body may be begging for rest, his mind refuses to clock out. That competitive fire hasn't died, it's just changed direction. His obsession now revolves around his son, Charlie Woods, the 16-year-old phenom writing his own legacy. Every chip, every swing, every laser-focused stare feels like a page torn straight from Tiger's old playbook. The symmetry isn't just physical, it's poetic. Tiger's no longer the competitor, he's the architect now. Retirement rumors swirl around him like a gust of pollen, but Woods stays silent, choosing mystery over confirmation. His deal with the tech-heavy TGL League gives him a clever loophole, a way to stay in the game without the grind. Maybe it's denial, or maybe it's pure genius. Maybe the Tiger just refuses to let anyone else write his final chapter. And there's something poetic about that. Decades ago, Earl Woods sculpted a prodigy out of raw fire and focus, and now Tiger's doing the same, shaping Charlie with patience and precision. The cycle comes full circle. The father becomes the mentor, and the legend transforms into the legacy. Whether Tiger ever swings in competition again almost doesn't matter, because he's already evolved. From champion to myth, from force to foundation, from roar to echo, and that echo still rattles the fairways. Once upon a time, Tiger Woods wasn't just addicted to winning, he breathed it. Victories weren't goals, they were oxygen. He didn't just play tournaments, he hunted them. But now, in the strange calm of 2025, that fire burns a different color. The obsession that once drove him to break records, and sometimes himself, has turned into something quieter, deeper, almost poetic. He's not chasing trophies anymore, he's building something far greater, a legacy. Watching him now feels like witnessing a thunderstorm fade into sunrise. Still powerful, still commanding, but finally at peace with the light. Since the Achilles rupture forced him into reflection, Woods has discovered his new arena, the sidelines of Charlie's tournaments. The surgical boot is gone, replaced by sneakers, shades, and a grin that almost feels foreign on that once stoic face. At the Nicklaus Jr. Championship, witnesses described something surreal. Tiger Woods, not as the fierce competitor, but as a proud father quietly cheering from the ropes while his legacy walked the fairway right in front of him. Tiger was beaming. When Charlie sank that birdie putt, his dad didn't just clap, he glowed. He looks happier than when he won Augusta, one spectator joked. And maybe, just maybe, that's the truth. The Tiger who once roared now radiates pride. At just 16, Charlie Woods is no longer just Tiger's kid. He's becoming a force of his own. His swing? Sharp, smooth, and loaded with precision. The kind that whispers destiny. Those long practice days that started during the pandemic have blossomed into a junior career stacked with wins and viral moments. Charlie's transformation, leaner, stronger, calmer, mirrors the same laser discipline his father once brought to the game. The parallels are almost eerie. The focus, the posture, that icy glint of ambition hiding behind a calm smile. It's like Tiger 2.0, built with more balance, less chaos, and the same burning drive. But for Tiger, this isn't just about shaping a golfer, it's about rewriting his own history. Every whispered tip, every shoulder squeeze, every quiet nice shot kid carries decades of meaning. It's as if he's healing his own past by helping Charlie dodge the same storms that once broke him. The scandals, the wrecks, the endless surgeries, all replaced by something purer. Now stands a man using his scars as blueprints, guiding his son through the darkness he once stumbled in. This isn't just mentorship, it's redemption, beautifully disguised as fatherhood. Tiger may never lift another major trophy again, but his impact hasn't faded, it's evolved. Now he shapes the game through wisdom, patience, and legacy, not swing speed. The Tiger who once stalked fairways now walks beside his cub, making sure the roar doesn't die, it just changes tone. From the thunder of dominance to the calm hum of legacy rising, Charlie Woods has stopped being Tiger's son. Somewhere along the fairways of 2025, that label quietly fell away. Now he's simply Charlie Woods, and if you blink, you might miss the moment he stepped out of his father's shadow. His transformation has been stunning, not just in skill, but in confidence, presence, and poise. Charlie Woods was just one shot behind the leader heading into Wednesday, but with a smooth 73 that afternoon, the young Tiger clawed his way to his first SFPGA tournament win of the year. The smiling kid who once giggled beside his dad at the PNC Championship, he's gone. What stands now is a 16-year-old phenom whose poise, focus, and precision have golf insiders whispering things they haven't dared say in years. He's different. The evolution started quietly, tighter swings, cooler nerves, sharper green reads. But by August 2025, the change was impossible to ignore. Charlie's physical transformation became a viral topic. Leaner frame, more agility, and that athletic stance that screams discipline. The next chapter of the Woods dynasty has officially begun. He's been in the gym like his dad, one coach said, but he's doing it smarter. Gone is the playful kid, in his place stands a young athlete with a killer instinct, the kind that doesn't need to brag. His quiet confidence pulls attention without even trying. And then there's that swing. Analysts can't stop obsessing over it. The balance, the lag, the stillness at impact. It's perfection in motion. It's Tiger's prime all over again. Only sleeker, smoother, like a digital remaster of a classic. The resemblance is almost chilling. The same coiled power, the same unshakable focus, that same frozen stare before a clutch shot. Watching Charlie play feels like seeing the ghost of 1997 Tiger. Only this time, the story isn't over. It's just beginning. What makes this rise even more fascinating is the man masterminding it all. Tiger himself. Ever the strategist, he's taken full control of Charlie's evolution. Every training plan, every rest day, every club adjustment is filtered through decades of hard-earned wisdom and pain. He's not just building a golfer, he's rewriting his own story with surgical precision. The chaos that once consumed Tiger's youth, the tabloids, the media storms, has been locked out completely. This isn't a sequel, it's a correction. And it's working. Charlie's 2025 season has shut down every skeptic, multiple junior titles, consistent top finishes, and a national ranking that keeps rising fast. This kid isn't potential anymore. He's proof that the Woods legacy is alive and evolving. He's living proof in motion. Coaches call him laser-focused, fans call him the next one, but Tiger? He just calls him son. And even he knows what's happening. The torch isn't being passed. It's already blazing. For the first time in decades, the golf world's buzz isn't about Tiger's comeback. It's about Charlie's rise. He's not waiting in the shadows anymore. He's standing on the tee box, shoulders squared, eyes locked, owning his moment. And that roar that once belonged to his father? It's starting to sound unmistakably like his own. 2025 will be remembered as the year Charlie Woods stopped being a curiosity and became a threat. The whispers that used to trail him have now turned into gasps. He didn't just show up, he took over. Charlie Woods captured his first AJGA title at the Team TaylorMade Invitational, and it wasn't luck, it was a statement heard across junior golf. 15 under par, pure surgical precision. The kind of dominance that made older players look like they were just there to watch. And when the Hurricane Junior Golf Tour came around, Charlie didn't just win, he obliterated the field. 8 under through 15 holes. That's not competition, that's destruction. It's unreal, almost unfair. The numbers don't lie, but they hum a very familiar tune, one that sounds a lot like Tiger in his prime. By October, the national rankings caught up to the hype, Charlie Woods sitting at number 9, but everyone watching knows that single digit won't stay there for long. Analysts are already calling for a top 5 finish before year's end, and teenage competitors are realizing they're sharing the course with destiny. It's spooky, one reporter said, like watching Tiger in HD, just with better posture. The resemblance is unreal. Physically, mentally, emotionally, the same icy composure, the same refusal to smile until the scorecard's signed. Charlie doesn't just play golf, he stalks it. And in the shadows, Tiger watches, not as the roaring lion anymore, but as the silent architect of the next era. Tiger's presence at every event feels both symbolic and strategic, a living reminder that greatness can be passed down, sharpened, and reborn. The irony is hauntingly poetic. Tiger's body may have betrayed him, but it also freed him, letting all that fierce, obsessive energy flow straight into Charlie. Every shot the kid takes feels like a shared swing. Tiger's muscle memory, Charlie's execution, the old champion's roar now echoing through his son's perfect swing plane. What's wild is how the whole story has flipped. The crowds that once strained to glimpse Tiger now lean forward for Charlie. The chants of Tiger have softened into reverent whispers of Charlie, and that in itself is history repeating with a twist. It's evolution happening in real time, the baton not passed but absorbed. And Tiger? He stands back with folded arms, calm yet charged, like a man who's finally learned the brutal but beautiful truth about legacy. Immortality doesn't come from clinging to the spotlight, it comes from raising the next one who can carry it. Charlie Woods isn't a novelty anymore. He's a headline in motion, a storm quietly building on the horizon. And the wildest part, he's only just beginning to believe it. The roar may sound new, but make no mistake, it's the same bloodline echoing through time. Enduring legacy, that's the question echoing across quiet greens and roaring crowds alike. What now for Tiger Woods? After an Achilles rupture that ended his season, a 7th back surgery that pushed the limits of the human body, and a year spent on the sidelines of his own legend, the future of Tiger Woods the competitor looks uncertain. But the future of Tiger Woods the icon? That flame burns hotter than ever. Even when he's not on the course, his presence still commands every broadcast, every conversation, every remember when whispered in the commentary booth. He's become something far bigger than the tournaments he can no longer play. He's golf's eternal pulse, beating beyond the scoreboards, an eternal symbol of greatness, defiance, and mortality, all in one man. As 2026 approaches, Tiger's already setting his sights on the next chapter, the TGL Virtual Golf League, a controlled arena built for a body that survived decades of battle. He's promised to be there no matter what. And honestly, whether he swings or simply shows up, it won't even matter. Tiger doesn't need to compete to dominate. His shadow alone still bends the game around him. But the most powerful part of this story isn't about endurance, it's about continuation. Standing right at the crossroads of legacy and destiny is Charlie Woods, the living embodiment of everything Tiger created and everything he can no longer do himself. 2025 made one thing crystal clear. Charlie didn't just step into his father's spotlight, he recalibrated it. His wins, his composure, his quiet dominance have rewritten the Woods legacy, shifting it from one man's conquest to a dynasty's evolution. Every birdie feels like a tribute. Every headline a reminder that Tiger's story didn't end, it expanded. It's poetic, really. The Tiger who once devoured competition is now the mentor who feeds it. The man who once chased perfection now builds it from the sidelines, swing by swing, lesson by lesson. And through Charlie, he's achieved what no trophy ever could, a living form of immortality. Because legends don't fade, they transform. They stop fighting time and start teaching it how to remember them. That's exactly what Tiger's doing now. Not roaring, but resonating. His voice lives in Charlie's swing, his wisdom in every smart decision, his legacy in every cheer that follows the Woods name. The Tiger may be bruised, may never stride through Augusta with that trademark swagger again, but his roar, it's eternal, alive in the next generation, echoing through fairways that will never forget the man who taught the world how to hunt. Tiger Woods may never dominate a fairway again, but his name will never leave it. The man who turned golf into gladiator theater now watches his son prepare for the next act. One story closes, another begins. And somewhere between pain and pride, the legend lives on. Like this story? Smash that like button, subscribe to Golf Swing for more real golf stories, share this video with your crew, drop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.